Hello Hoopers, Sarah the Vegan Hooper here. Today I want to do a tutorial on the infamous double chest roll. So the only thing that you're going to need to know to get this trick down is how to do a contact roll with your right hand releasing as well as your left hand releasing. And it needs to be a clean chest roll, so it needs to be a contact roll. A lot of people, and I'm not calling anybody out, sometimes bend their arms and then it rolls from your chest to your arm, or they sort of toss it and then it rolls. You need a clean contact roll so that the hoop is touching your body the whole entire time, and that is with your left hand and your right hand. So make sure that you have a very clean chest roll. So this trick is easy to mess up, but if you listen to the words in this tutorial and you practice with a little bit of determination, you can definitely get this. A lot of people get a move down and they're so excited that they got it down that they miss the most important step, which is cleaning it up. And this is basically one of those moves where you're going to have to spend a lot of time drilling and cleaning it up before it's beautiful and flawless, because it is a show-stopping move. So with no further ado, let's jump right into it. Okay, first things first, the release. Everybody releases the hoop different when they're doing a contact roll. The way that is easiest for this double chest roll will be the thumb and pointer finger release, so that the hoop rolls down that crease between your two fingers and onto your arm and so on. So I do this with both hands. Now, a lot of troubleshooting for this trick is you can get it perfect on one hand, but the other hand is more of a toss. So if that's happening to you, that means the hand that is tossing needs some practice with the chest roll or the contact roll. So a good way to practice is to put the hoop between the two fingers that you release with and go from hitting your arm to your thigh, back and forth, strengthening the muscles that you do not usually use there, so that eventually your hand isn't even turned up when you release the hoop. Eventually you could just release it with a straight wrist, okay? So definitely practice this. It is the most important part of the roll, the double chest roll. So make sure that you do this. Okay, so the second is where the hoops are going to roll. So with my right hand, which is my dominant hand, I do a chest roll, just like I always do. So the hoop leaves my fingers, rolls down the middle of my arm, rolls down my collarbone, and then rolls down my other arm, and I catch it in the opposite hand. But my left hand is a little different for the double chest roll. You are aiming, instead of your collarbone, you are aiming for the top of your chest, more like right above your nipples. So when you are aiming for it, a lot of people know that it's supposed to go right here, so they'll toss it sort of. And that's when practicing this comes in handy. Instead of hitting the middle of your arm, you're going to hit with your opposite hand, which is my left hand. I'm going to hit the outside of my arm rather than the middle of my arm. Outside rather than the middle. So by doing this, the hoop will roll when I release it on the edge of my arm, the inside of my arm, onto the top of my nipples, and then onto my other arm and into my opposite hand, which would be my right hand. So By doing this, by releasing the left hand a little on the outside, that will make it so that the hoops, once they are on your chest, are layered like this. Okay, so one is on the collarbone, one is on the breasts. And then they will easily, if you release it properly, they will easily roll into the opposite hand. So let's say that you've practiced this a million times, and you could do a perfect contact roll with the release on each hand. And let's say that it's rolling properly on your chest, but you can't catch them. Well, don't worry, that's a part of the cleanup process. You are very, very close to getting this move down. It is better that you are not able to catch them rather than you getting the move but you're tossing one, or your hoops are clanking. So if your hoops are clanking, so you release it and then your hoops clank, that means that they are not in the proper spot on your chest, which means that you did not release it properly. So go back to the basics of just practice with your left hand the release, which is a little different, onto your breasts rather than a normal chest roll with your opposite hand. By practicing it that way, it ensures that the hoop will be in the proper spot so that the hoops don't clank. If you are tossing one of them, like I said, the release is wrong on the hand that is tossing them, and you need to go back to the basics, which is this. And if you are not able to catch them, that just means that either they are going really, really fast and they just fly off, or one flies off. Like for a while there, I was getting the move perfect and I could catch it in one hand, but the other one would either go flying or it would go like this. And it's hard to do something cool after that with two hoops in the mix. So go back to just drilling. Drill the trick, record yourself, and you will get it. A helpful hint that is very meaningful would be lean back. So when you are doing this, if you have been practicing the release with your fingers back and forth, then there's no reason that you should be looking at the hoops. They will go where they're supposed to go. If you lean back and throw your head back like you're supposed to for a contact roll or a chest roll, the hoops most likely will land in the correct spot. So that's a good tip for you. So definitely lean back. Also recording yourself. Record yourself doing it over and over again. That is a very important step, because you could see if you were doing it properly. If your arm is bent on one side, or if you're tossing it or they're clanking, definitely record yourself from both angles so that you can figure out what's going wrong and come back to this video and you'll know how to fix it. Last but not least, I want to leave you with this last note, because you do have a lot to go with on getting a perfect double chest roll, and this is it: momentum. Okay, if you want to constantly drill this trick, this is a little thing I do, and I showed it in the beginning of the video. I bend my arms like this. So I'll start with my hoops. Down. I'll bend my arms. Then I will unbend them, bring the hoops up, do a palm spin, and then go right into the double chest roll. By doing this, not only is it giving the hoops momentum, but it is also it's also a way for you to do the double chest roll, catch it, and go right back into it again. So that is it for my double chest roll tutorial. You can get this move. Start with the basics and make sure that you have a perfect chest roll no, I'm sorry, a perfect contact roll with your right and left side, and make sure that you are releasing it properly. If your non-dominant side with just one hoop, a normal contact roll, is not on point, then you should wait to jump into the double chest roll, because it won't look perfect and flawless unless you have it perfect on both sides. So no tossing, you know, no bent arms. So peace, God bless. I know you can get this move. It is quite a gorgeous show-stopping move. One last thing I wanted to say, if you have practiced and you still can't get this move every time, try slowing it down. Sometimes I go so fast, but try doing a more slower contact roll when you release it. It might be that you are going so fast that the hoops are just all wonky. I have a problem with that, so definitely try slowing it down. And another useful tip would be definitely stand far apart like this. So don't, if you still can't get it, try separating your legs more and have an open stance with your legs. It makes it a lot easier.